Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down the key ideas from the best-selling book, Crucial Conversations. We're going to give you the tools you need for those moments when you have to talk, especially when the stakes are incredibly high.
I mean, of course you have, right? We all have. We're talking about those conversations, you know the ones. They're high stakes, they're emotional, and they can literally make or break a project, a relationship, or even your whole career.
And the thing is, they are absolutely everywhere. I mean, from asking your in-laws to maybe give you a little space without starting a family war, to giving your boss some tough feedback that, well, that could get you promoted or maybe even fired. These conversations are just a fact of life. And learning how to handle them well, that's a genuine superpower.
So what is it that takes a normal chat and turns it into a crucial conversation? And, more importantly, why do our brains seem to just completely short-circuit right at the moment we need them the most?
Well, the book gives us this really clear three-part definition. When you have these three things all happening at once, the stakes are high, opinions are all over the place, and emotions are running hot, yep, you are officially in the crucial zone.
And here's the crazy paradox the authors point out. The conversations that have the biggest impact on our lives are the very same conversations where we tend to be on our absolute worst behavior. Isn't that wild?
And you know what? It's not entirely our fault. It turns out we're biologically hardwired to fail at this stuff. See, when the stakes get high, our bodies get flooded with adrenaline. Blood literally gets rerouted from the smart, rational parts of our brain to our arms and legs, getting us ready for a physical threat. So we're basically equipped to fight a saber-toothed tiger, not to have a calm, nuanced discussion about next quarter's budget.
Okay, so if our own biology is working against us, what's the solution? Well, the authors offer this really powerful metaphor for what a healthy, productive conversation should actually look like.
The secret is a total shift in your mindset. You're not going into a debate to win or to prove that you're right. No, you're going in to collaborate, to build a bigger, more complete picture where everyone's perspective is a crucial piece of the puzzle.
And this brings us to the absolute core concept of the book, the pool of shared meaning. It's this idea that when it feels safe for everyone to add their knowledge, the group's collective IQ literally goes up. We start to see past our own blind spots and create solutions that no single person could have ever come up with alone. That, right there, is synergy in action. So how do we actually do this? How do we put it into practice? Well, the first, most important rule of dialogue is that it doesn't start with them. It starts with you. Getting your own head straight before you open your mouth is completely non-negotiable. This is a technique called starting with heart. So before you say a word, or maybe when you feel yourself getting angry or defensive, just pause and ask yourself these three questions. Your answers act like a North Star, pulling you back to what you really want and away from that primitive urge to just fight, win, or run away. We also have to get brutally honest about the stories we tell ourselves to justify our feelings. We paint ourselves as the innocent victim. It's not my fault. We cast them as the evil, malicious villain. It's all your fault. Or we convince ourselves we're totally helpless. There's nothing I can do. Now, these stories, they feel so true in the moment, but they're almost always incomplete, and they stop us from actually solving the real problem.
All right, so once you've gotten your own mind and your own motives in check, the focus has to shift. Your number one job now is to make it psychologically safe for the other person to share their meaning, even if what they have to say is difficult or controversial. And safety, it turns out, rests on these two pillars: mutual purpose and mutual respect. The other person has to believe that you care about their goals and that you respect them as a human being. The second they doubt either of those things, the conversation is pretty much over. They'll either shut down and go silent, or they'll lash out and get violent. So, here is a fantastic, super practical tool for rebuilding safety when you feel it slipping away. It's called contrasting. You use a don't statement to clear up any misunderstanding or address their fear, and then you follow it with a do statement to clarify what you actually mean, your real positive intent. It's such a simple way to get a conversation back on track, like instantly.
But listen, all the amazing dialogue in the world doesn't mean a thing if it doesn't lead to actual change. So the final piece of this puzzle is turning that shared pool of meaning into real action and clear results.
This little 4-step checklist is your insurance policy against confusion. Never, ever leave a crucial conversation without being crystal clear on who is going to do what and by when. Oh, and that fourth step is so important. Agree on how you're going to follow up. This is what turns a good talk into real-world change. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Look, mastering these skills isn't about being perfect overnight. It's just about making progress. So I'll leave you with this question to really think about. What is the one conversation you've been avoiding that if you could just handle it well, could fundamentally change everything about your work, your relationships, maybe even your life?